tonight too, because we have photographers that came, they volunteered. I want to start off with Mike Engel. He was the first to volunteer. He's making videos of us right now. So 40, 50 years from now, we can watch ourselves again.
I'll come back for you.
Well, we'll see it maybe next year. Pete Solano also volunteered.
Great.
And Greg McKenna volunteered.
What?
What do you call it? Pat Lenahan, he's taking pictures. And also Frank Fitzgerald, who's taking pictures of everything. So we're well covered as far as more memories like this.
Yeah.
What's the price to rip up all of that?
We haven't seen the beginning of what's going to happen tonight.
Okay.
You know, we need a little more pandemonium, but we'll take care of that soon.
All right,
The
John.
other thing I wanted to say is that, you know, Maddie had asked for calls for people to write for the newsletter, you know, besides me. And, well, John Short did finally write something. But anyhow, we have invited a special select group of people. All the past presidents have volunteered to write articles. So we're going to be hearing from Pat Lenahan. Matt, of course, has also already written his article to back up when we didn't get them coming in. And we have Frank Fitzgerald is going to be writing an article. And Greg McKenna has got some...
Dick Kubek?
Yeah. Thank you.
We'll put the arm on him.
Tell him that I remember to say his name, okay?
Dick's got to learn to read first.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's got to remember to remember. That's the problem. He doesn't remember half of the things that we did. Lenny Prosher told me tonight. It was something I was very ashamed of years ago, and I admitted it to Frank Fitzgerald for the first time, I don't know, a couple of years ago maybe. When I was pledging, there was Jack McKenna, who probably the older guys would know, none of the younger guys would know, but he was driving the car, and Lenny Prosher was with us. I didn't know who the other guy was because I forgot. He was sitting in the front of the car. Me, Kubek, and Short were sitting in the back of the car. We were out of Comac to do the painting, and it was night. And McKenna takes us out to give us a little treat. And the treat was, we stopped at this roadside farm, and we had to rob a bag of potatoes, a 50-pound bag of potatoes, and a couple of bags of charcoal. And I didn't like that. I thought that's a little, but nobody spoke up. Not Short, not Kubek, not myself. And Lenny, I guess you concurred with this thing.
Well, it's because Jack was from Aspeth, too.
Oh, well, then that's the reason. I didn't know. But anyhow, we took that stuff. And
This is
Kubek
being
doesn't remember
recorded.
anything about it, and Short doesn't remember anything about it.
Money back.
Oh,
It
good.
was on the
You should have told me that 50 years ago.
This is a confession.
Well, I guess I can take back my shit.
I knew Lenny wouldn't do it. I knew you'd pay.
There is one more thing that when we were trying to drum up some business for the newsletter, we offered a prize for which brother who was asked to write an article would get their article submitted first, because nobody was doing it. So we offered prizes. Tom Hartman, with his little story about Youngling beer, if you remember, he won first prize. All right. And Mike McMahon, Mickey over here, Sweetpea. Nobody calls you Sweetpea anymore. Don't let him out.
Don't call me like
He was the second to come up, and you remember his article about going to, all the beer cans came out when they got stopped in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
That was a great article. I mean, a great newsletter.
So anyhow, we got your prize for you, so you got to come up here.
All right, Mike.
I'll tell you one more story.
Well, let me give you the prize, and then you can make it more dramatic.
I got a prize.
I told you the prize was going to be awarded.
Not $1,000, is it?
No, it's not $1,000. It's not $1,000.
Oh, look at this.
All right.
Whoa. Have a circle around you. Yeah, I mean,
What are you
you're
going
wearing
to tie me up?
Is this a silver certificate or what?
Well, it's,
How many
you're going to take this home with you.
I'm up to $8,000.
What is this shit? Well, I know one guy who's playing poker tonight.
Well, anyhow, Mike, thanks for writing your article.
All right.
They're all singles. Oh, okay. Back.
See the hundreds?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they're there.
The one last thing is
They're
that...
wrapping him up in dollar bills.
I'm paid for it, right?
I just want to tell you because, I don't know, I'm sort of like half asleep from the driving. And I remember to put a chair outside of my bathroom in the room because I gotta remember to step down. I don't know if you all have these step up bathrooms, but I'm walking around, oh, and I forgot, you know, so no more mistakes on that. I just thought that might help anybody that doesn't, yes, Nick?
I have to go to John's bathroom.
Your ideas about having a president's right is a really good one. But you know, one of our presidents died, Mac McDermott died.
Yeah.
I can't remember who was the vice president, and whether it was Hurricane or Tom Hartman. You're talking about, he was our first official president, Mac McDermott. But I don't know who was the vice president.
Hurricane.
I think
Was it Hurricane?
Hurricane.
He was the pledge master too, right?
Yes, he was.
So he can probably remember all the original guys that Jack Marin brought together to start the fraternity at St. John. So if we could put the arm on him, that would really be good.
Well,
I thought he was going to be here.
He was supposed to be
The
here,
Kappa Party.
and Charlie Aaron was supposed to be here. Now, Charlie Aaron is he's our new historian.
Right.
Charlie had some plans which he shared with Mike, with Pat and myself.
And I saw that, yeah.
All right, and what he was attempting to do is get a series of information from each of the classes together. But we do have a lot of that stuff already, because Pat has put a lot of stuff together, and a lot of brothers have put stuff together. What he's got to do is start with that base and go from there, because we're trying to get all of the stuff that we have, fraternity stuff, all set, so that we can really get together a compendium of all
Everybody
of our
wants to be in the
stuff. I
entertainment
mean,
business.
the truth of the matter is, I want to divest myself of these whiteboards to somebody who will, quote unquote, take care of them, bring them, whether they want a photo of them, whether they want to put them on what do you call them, not microphone, on some sort of a,
DVD.
You know what, we ought to, on your next missive out there, we ought to ask if anybody's got pictures, like you got pictures here, to submit them to somebody, because we had that party out at, I forget where it was, in Elmhurst one